Today, we are expecting the federal government to loosen guidance for mask wearing outdoors, especially for people who are fully vaccinated. Welcome news and science-based, since doctors say transmission is significantly lower outdoors. But Fox's chief public health officer is using the moment to encourage confrontations over masks. This is what he's shoveling to his millions of viewers.
Angry Biden voters will snort at you in judgment. How could you? They're saying from behind the gauze. How could you? That's the question we should be asking of them in return. The rest of us should be snorting at them first. They're the aggressors. It's our job to brush them back and restore the society we were born in. So the next time you see someone in a mask on the sidewalk or on the bike path, do not hesitate. Ask politely but firmly, would you please take off your mask? Science shows there is no reason for you to be wearing it. Your mask is making me uncomfortable.
He is telling his viewers to confront people who are wearing masks outdoors, to harass them. And he's doing this as people who have been following and promoting CDC guidance on masks thus far have already been harassed, physically assaulted, and killed in at least one case. Mind you, this host purports to be staunchly anti-harassment, at least he did when it came to Trump administration officials.
Telling us that people who disagree with them no longer have freedom of movement or association. They can't go to the movies or go to restaurants. If they dare leave their homes, they will be surrounded by mobs and threatened. It's happening.
How about if you just ask them politely but firmly? Probably not. And here's why. Because it's rude and, more importantly, it's dangerous, which Carlson has been very clear on when it comes to himself and his family.
I can't really go to a lot of restaurants anymore because I get yelled at.
His employer agreed, quote, "The violent threats and intimidation tactics toward him and his family are completely unacceptable," Fox said, saying the U.S. has, quote, "become far too intolerant of different points of view and recent events." Clearly highlight the need for a more civil, respectful, and inclusive national conversation. And we should note that Fox issued that statement without irony.
But wait, there's more. He didn't stop at outside last night. He attacked masks anywhere.
Every American who wants the vaccine can get the vaccine. And that means that at this point, there is no scientific justification for any mask mandate anywhere. It's that simple.
Anywhere. Inside, too. No scientific justification other than the studies that show masks work. Other than the fact that half of the population is still not vaccinated. Other than the fact that one of the reasons that school openings have been so successful is that all the students are masked. If you want to take my word for it.
Now, with the end in sight, we hope.
We have to keep up the fight.
Wear a mask, distance where possible.
And if you can, get the vaccine.
America, we're in this together.
I don't have a problem wearing a mask, especially if it means we can go to a ball game or to defend grandma, grandpa, mom, and dad.
Of course masks work. Everyone knows that. Dozens of research papers have proved it.
So as for his crutch that enough of us are vaccinated, it's not clear he actually wants Americans vaccinated. He consistently shades the idea of vaccines.
If the vaccine is effective, there is no reason for people who have received the vaccine to wear masks or avoid physical contact. So maybe it doesn't work and they're simply not telling you that.
They do work and they are telling you. And if you don't want a mask because of vaccines, maybe don't trash vaccines. I've asked this before. Does he actually want his viewers to live? Finally.
I was in Austin a few days ago, and I'm walking outside without a mask on, and people are staring at me like I'm the crazy one for not having a mask on. Yeah. Meanwhile, if you're walking outside with a mask on, I should be looking at you, and I do look at you, like I would look at a grown man hugging a teddy bear and having a pacifier in his mouth while he's walking down the street.
I agree with you completely. I would even actually up the analogy and say a vaccinated person, someone with antibodies wearing a mask outside is like watching a grown man expose himself in public. That's disgusting. Put it away, please. We don't do that here.
Is that a projection? That he's railing against a grown man exposing himself in public? Bottom line, this isn't a game. This isn't entertainment. Not to the 500,000 people dead and their families. When an unhinged person decides to harass someone or some kid for simply wearing a mask, remember Tucker's words. Remember the uncovered, pouty face. The health of this country, getting through this pandemic, has come at such a cost. As for undermining it, Fox must think the price is right.
He is exposing himself as someone who will just tell viewers, his viewers, what they want to hear. And sometimes he misreads them. You can see that when he is promoting masks, but now he's very much gone very anti-mask, and he's reinforcing ideas that are dangerous and unhealthy.
Or if you want to lean on vaccinations, help the American people get vaccinated at this point. There's a lot of work to do.
Yeah, just like some of his colleagues are doing, we should mention.